The title is not a joke. After months of consideration, I've decided that weekly news without the bullshit can no longer continue. I'm very aware that for many viewers, this is one of their favorite series, but I'll do my best to hopefully present a meaningful explanation. The reason I started news without the bullshit in the first week of this year was threefold. Firstly, I saw it as a perfect chance to deliver a news source that was for the most part free of enormous bias, incredibly lengthy explanations, and boring as shit presentation. The second reason is that compared to everything else I make, the news can be done in only 1 or 2 days, meaning I'm able to free up the rest of the week for more ambitious projects. The third reason was to provide a stable weekly platform for sponsorship, which might mitigate the insanely high rate of demonetization this channel has been facing. Not only has getting frequent sponsors been incredibly difficult, but to this day, only 11 out of the 38 news videos that I've posted this year have been deemed safe for advertisers. Not only does this make it impossible to monetize the series, but the YouTube algorithm simply won't suggest demonetized videos to viewers who aren't already active viewers of the channel. This channel can't make money or meaningfully grow with news. It's that simple. A fun fact is that even after every news video I've made this year, I've earned less than $1,000 in YouTube ad revenue from the series. This is why you might have seen me take sponsored video opportunities that might seem like otherwise a strange fit, because at the end of the day, a single sponsored video earns more than an entire year's worth of news ad revenue. At this point, I'm expecting people to suggest that I should simply try to make the news safe for advertisers, but it's more complicated than you might think. Simply having the word bullshit in the title won't demonetize a video, as mild Overwatch news videos were always deemed safe for advertisers. The problem lies more in the content itself. YouTube's guidelines state that a video is demonetized if it includes any tragic events or controversial social issues, which is more or less the definition of news. Many viewers also aren't aware, but YouTube won't actually tell a creator why a video is demonetized and what exactly they could do to make it safe for advertising. All a creator is given is a long list of bullshit that is purposely made as broad as possible to effectively include anything a video might contain. I've seriously considered simply taking out all tragic events and controversial social issues and just leaving the entertainment, gaming, and maybe the technology, but to me, this defeats the purpose of why I wanted to cover the news in the first place. News without the bullshit at this stage has almost become a public service that has actively hurt my channel, but I kept it going because it felt meaningful. People would contact me every week to tell me stories they felt to be underrepresented. I got messages from citizens of Venezuela when the military coup was in effect. I got messages from people from African nations when I covered the AfCFTA free trade bloc, and I got messages from Hong Kong citizens who are still desperately trying to fight for their independence in what seems to be a David and Goliath battle. It makes me truly sad to have to stop doing something that meant so much to so many, but this is the reality of YouTube. I'm also very likely to get comments suggesting that I need to instead focus on alternative forms of revenue, but this in itself is fundamentally flawed. YouTube's answer to demonetization isn't fixing its broken system, hiring manual video moderators, or even giving creators clear reasons to why a video is deemed unsafe. YouTube's answer is instead a membership system that does the exact same thing as Patreon, except takes 6 times as much in their revenue cut. This is after they're already taking 45% of ad revenue. It's just such a pathetic attempt to fix this problem. As much as I personally can't thank my Patreon supporters enough, as they've allowed me to keep this channel going through some down periods, I still find it so fucking infuriating that YouTube expects anyone to flip their business model from getting the scraps from multi-million-dollar marketing budgets to relying on the very generous contributions from strangers. It's such a terrible solution to this kind of problem. At this stage, it's hard to maintain any admiration I have for YouTube. This is a company that changed my life for the better, gave me the job of my dreams, and allowed me to do what I love every single day, and somehow, I still find it hard to respect what it has become. This McLovin looking fuck can churn out low effort clickbait bullshit every day of the week and literally make millions. These horrific channels can make more than brain surgeons, and late night shows are still getting special treatment. I hate the YouTube formula of stretched out 10-minute videos. I hate the culture of clickbait and generic personalities. I hate the ritual of begging for likes and donations. And I can't stand that YouTube just accepts that news, history, and countless other types of content have become collateral damage in a shitstorm they had nothing to do with. YouTube was created as a place for people to post homemade videos for anyone around the world to appreciate and enjoy, and it's just become a horrific shell of its former self. The world will never see another FPS Russia or Filthy Frank, as YouTube incentivizes safe and formulaic content more than ever. Its recent decision to revoke verified badges to thousands of channels, including mine, is just further proof that YouTube is heading towards a corporate-focused future, as opposed to what made it great in the first place. YouTube did of course revert the decision for anyone who is already verified, but that in itself just seems like a way to silence the loudest voices in the discussion. YouTube has been making it increasingly harder for new creators to break into the platform, and this is a clear message that it's neglecting the type of people who made YouTube what it is today. The company has been so out of touch with its community for so long, and it just makes me sad that this kind of potential can be so quickly squandered. I truly can't be sure where this channel is going to go. For the longest time, this channel has faced an identity crisis. I never wanted to tether myself to a particular game or a particular style, as I know that keeping relevant requires a channel to evolve and be adaptable. The harsh truth is that in my effort to future-proof this channel, I may have instead spread it too thin, with some people only watching for specific games, some people for news, and a select handful watching everything I create. But let's start talking about the positives. If I'm not obliged to make news week after week, I'm free to make content around games I like or concepts I've always wanted to explore. This means I can make guides I've been putting off or experiment with more interesting ideas. The Futurism video I recently released was met with overwhelming positivity, and although it will likely be months between each video, it was designed with expansion in mind. Unlike news, many other series will also be relevant for years to come, as opposed to being almost entirely pointless to watch within only a week, and will be able to tick all the arbitrary boxes of what YouTube wants its videos to be. From here, I think if I was going to continue the news, it would have to be at a much less frequent rate, but this in theory would allow this channel to stop being snuffed out by its own platform and give it a fighting chance to undo the damage that's already been done. I'm personally optimistic for the future, as there are still hundreds of video ideas I'd like to explore, and I truly hope that viewers are ready for the next season of Sir Swag going forward.
We